Coach, you got a guy in Antoine Owens who looks like he can play outside or inside. Is that the way you feel like you're going to use him this year?
Well, we're going to use everybody. Like, everybody's going to have to learn multiple positions.
Right.
Right now, we're still trying to figure out what the rotation is going to be, how everyone is going to contribute. So right now, he's learning all of it. So is everyone else. Well, as we figure out what skill set guys really have, continue. So we'll just have everybody learn everything right now.
What's kind of the vibe in? You have a rough situation, obviously losing Brandon before the season, and really other than Antoine, he's the only guy who played a lot. And so kind of what's that been like in terms of just dealing A with the Brandon, the sadness of that, and then B, just trying to develop some kind of experience and veteran leadership in that room?
Well, those guys are they trying to make him proud, so they know that they have to step up. They know that they have to, there's some big shoes to fill. Nobody can beat Brandon, but everybody knows they have to step up to contribute. That's a big loss as a person, let alone a football player, So those guys are really trying their best to step up and make sure that they contribute to make him proud. They know he's watching over them, so they're trying to make sure that what he sees is a good product.
Hazel Lee's a kid who hasn't played defense since high school, played offensive line, just moved over recently. What are you seeing from him?
Right now, it hasn't been a permanent move. We just trying some guys out, after the loss of Brandon, to see who could contribute. And I think he's doing a good job. He's only done it a couple days. He takes coaching very well. He has a natural takeoff. He's a good kid. He's very coachable. So I'm happy with what I'm seeing out of him, and we'll see what Coach Collins decides to do from there.
He said that he really enjoyed it and that he was texting Coach like, hey, put me over there, put me over there. Is that something that you've seen from him, that go get him out of here?
Yeah, and a lot of those kids are like that, but he's definitely like that. He just wants to help. He's a great kid. He wants to help. He wants to contribute in whatever ways possible. He has a passion for defense. He has a passion for football, and that's something he's been wanting to do. So due to him, his performance and development on offense, he's made Coach happy with, his development. We're supposed to want to give him a chance to try something else as well.
Did he come to you guys first about wanting to make that switch?
I'm not sure. I know he had a conversation with Coach Collins. I'm not sure who approached who first, but I know that it was something that Coach had talked about a while back, about giving him a shot at some point. As you know, we have position flexibility in this program. We play guys both ways, no matter who the person is. These guys, if you notice, I don't know if y'all saw today, but we had a couple of D tackles go over and play offense at one point in time. So that's how we roll, especially because not only does it help develop the player, it helps him recruit. When we tell guys you can come here and play two different positions on two different sides of the ball, we mean it. We put that properly on the field.
Is that especially important now when you're changing? The offense is radically changing. The defense is changing too. Just there being that flexibility with you guys and with them to figure out where they can fit.
Yeah, I agree 100%. With us doing something new that hasn't been done here in quite a while, I do think that helps when you have guys with that flexibility to be able to help you in multiple ways. Absolutely.
Those guys who are kind of going back and forth, how have you kind of seen them handle the workload? Because they are getting a lot of things thrown at them.
The way we practice is tough, so it's the conditioning. The guys are getting better and better every day, every week as we continue to work through with the conditioning aspect of it. But they try to do whatever we say at the highest level. They're great kids. You tell them jump, they say how high off what bridge, and they go. And we love it. So we're happy with that, and we'll continue to progress as it goes.
How have you seen certain players kind of embrace that change? And I imagine that's extremely challenging to play one position, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, something new.
They like it. At the end of the day, it's football. Run, catch, hit, throw, all that fun stuff. And most of these guys played multiple positions in high school. So they're doing the same thing, but on a higher level. They're big-time Division I athletes, so they've handled it pretty well.
In terms of one of the guys who seems to be getting a lot of quality reps is Digimon. Can you kind of just talk about what he's done? And
he's doing a great job. I'm proud of what he's done with him being quote-unquote walk-on. He has the skill set of scholarship players, Division I scholarship players. He takes the coaching, he applies it, and right now he's above the line, and he's doing everything he can to contribute. So I'm very happy with his progress right now.
It seems like those.
Coach, can you just move like one step closer to the microphone, not to the
Thank you.
And in terms of just kind of y'all's philosophy, you see Curtis, you see Digimon, you guys are very embracing kind of those guys in terms of making sure that they're, I guess, part of the. Can you just kind of talk about that? Like,
can you repeat that, please?
Having guys who are walk-ons kind of in the rotation and really kind of embracing that seems like a major thing Coach Collins is about.
Oh yeah.
Can you kind of just talk about that and kind of how that affects practice and stuff?
We don't care if you have a scholarship, if you're paying your own way. If you have the ability to contribute to the team, you can get on the field. And that's something that Coach Collins has proven in our last stop, is that we play walk-ons. We'll put them on the field, and if they contribute for a consistent amount of time, we'll put them on scholarship as well. So those guys are not just here being, tackling dummies or scout guys. They actually have the opportunity to get on the field. They also have the opportunity to get their scholarship, to get their school paid for. So I think that motivates those guys, and then it also helps us in recruiting. Once we get past the point of the guys that we're offering scholarships to, those priority walk-ons know when they come here, they'll have a legitimate chance to get on the field. They'll have a legitimate chance to get on scholarship. We've proven that.
Sorry. When you look at the defensive linemen last year, you had big names. You had Henry Moore, you had Des, you had Kyle, and they were kind of the ones that were stuffing the stat sheet. How hungry do you feel like these guys are this year to kind of get out there and make that same impact or make a difference?
Very. You can tell by the preparation. They come to the meeting every day. They're asking a bunch of questions. They're trying to get back some effort in everything that they do. They're grabbing me, doing extra. Hey, coach, when can I meet with you on this? When can I meet with you on that? And that's outside of the normal allotted time. They're trying to grab me, trying to grab Coach Coleman, and they're trying to do extra. So it shows how hungry they are. They know right now everything is up for grabs. We don't have depth charts. We have guys that are above the line. We have guys that are below the line. And everybody that's above the line will play. So they're trying to make sure that they're above the line and working hard to do so.
How do you guys determine, like with a guy like, Jahaziel or Connor, we want him to come over and take some snaps with us?
That's Coach Collins. He got a special eye. He knows what he sees. So obviously he's a defensive guy, but he's watching the offense as well.
Right.
So he watched the way certain guys make move, mentality of certain guys. It's like, hey, maybe he could do this. Let's try him over at this. Hey, this receiver looks like maybe he could do that. Let's try him over at this position. So Coach got a special eye for that, and he tells me to do it. I do it.
In terms of some of the other veteran guys, like how's Tay Glanton taken to this, or some of those guys, or TK, as a younger guy, what do those guys need to work on?
Oh, well, the buy-in is really good. It's just a difference between the type of front and fundamentals that they were running last year worked for the defense that they ran. So a lot of what we do is a little bit opposite when it comes to the technique. So it's taking them a little bit of time to catch on to it, but they're working. Individual, they take the right approach every day. And like I said, the technique I teach is different from what they've been doing, but they've embraced it, and they're trying to just continue to work on firing off the ball, utilizing their hands, playing with a great pad level. Not that they weren't being coached to do so in the past. It's just that the techniques that I'm teaching them are slightly different than what they've been doing.
One or two more for Coach Knight.
How did Brad Morgan kind of do with his audition for you?
He's been solid. Yeah, he's been solid. He's been able to do what we asked. Now, obviously, we still have a lot of things that we have to work on, but I love his approach. That kid works, man. He works. Very, very happy with him.
I'm curious. We've heard a lot of kids talking about, and coaches too, about energy and trying to raise that. What do you try to do to make sure that the energy level is at the level you guys want?
I just wake up, man. That's it. No coffee, no nothing. I really feel like I was born to do this. Me playing football was a huge part of my life, but I've always enjoyed helping and teaching others. And on top of that, get a chance for it to be football, and on top of that, get a chance for it to be the younger generation. I feel like it's an opportunity for me to put my stamp on the younger generation and do something and help with something that's bigger than me. So I wake up, it's not even just energy and whatever, it's straight passion that comes out. And I think the players see that, and they want to make sure they keep up with it. They don't want an old man to outdo them, So I run with them, I celebrate with them, I get on them when something goes bad, but I get on them with just as much excitement and passion when something goes good. And I think they feel that, and they try to make sure that they take that same approach and attack it at that level.
And in terms of making the adjustment to coaching interior defensive line, and that, what has that been like for you? Because you've coached kind of all over the defense before.
It's not an adjustment for me at all. When I first started coaching, obviously I played D-line, and my first 3 years of coaching was D-line before I switched over to backers. So it's something I'm very familiar with. The last place we was at, although my title was outside backers, I worked with the defensive line every single day. You know, so it's not really been an adjustment for me at all. It's something that I'm very accustomed to. It's something I have a passion for. I love doing.
So you feel like maybe it's a better fit long term for you? That might be your.
It don't matter, man. I coach kickers. It don't even matter, man. I just love doing it.
Sure.
Now, obviously, it does make a difference with the fact that I played it.
Sure.
So when I'm telling them something, I can speak from experience. Hey, I know what this feels like. This is how you fix it and keep this from happening to you again. This is how you keep from getting thrown out of your gap or this or that or whatever. I actually have done it, so I can speak on that. The other positions I've learned along the years. I learned from some high-level, big-time coaches. So I utilize those techniques and those things that they taught me as well. You know, so it works either way for me.
Okay, thank you.
Cool.